Hey, welcome to this property tour. In this one, we're gonna do something a little different. This is an entry-level condo located in Mission Valley. And I'm gonna say entry level very loosely because it's coming in at about 900,000. But in this one, I'm gonna give you a tour of what would make a condo such a great idea to start as a first-time home, despite going into a detached home in a similar but maybe slightly higher price range because you don't have to deal with HOA. So in this unit, we're gonna get 3 bedrooms, 3 floors, and 2.5 bathrooms. And the big bonus for being a condo is you get a 2-car garage. All right, so let's start things off in the garage. 2-car garage, and with any 2-car garage, I look for if it's what's called a Cali 2-car. So it means you can get 2 cars in, but they're gonna be so close together that whoever parks on this side is not gonna be able to get out of their car. So whenever I look at garages, I wanna look at the amount of space from this track to the wall on both sides. This has a little bit of space, so there's a little bit of give, but there's also depth right here. So right now where my camera's standing is on top of the washer, and right next to it is the dryer. So I like that there's space depth down here, so you don't have the washer units upstairs in the livable space, which takes away from the square footage. There's also the water heater down here, which is a nice perk. And then there's also this like space over here that also has like, it's probably accountable for trash cans because they have trash cans right there. So if you want to like keep your trash cans out of the way of the cars, you can like pack them back there. But outside that, I think for all the fellas, we're wanting to know if we can fit like a home gym in here. You totally can do that. The floors are done. You also have a little bit of height here. So if you wanted to go on to like Rogue and get one of the monster kits, you probably have enough space to get one of the monster kits in here. And I don't know if you could do a pull-up bar on the monster kit, but you might be able to just do a pull-up bar separate. All right, now one of the challenges or downsides, actually it's not even a challenge, it's a downside, let's just be honest. One of the downsides of having your washer and dryer in your garage, the positive, it's in your garage. Like I said, it's out of the way upstairs, using up livable space. The downside is that this is a 3-story house. Your clothes and stuff are gonna be on the top floor. So you're gonna have to go down 2 flights of stairs to put your clothes in the wash, to switch them over to the dryer, and then to bring them back upstairs. That's a young person's game, all right? So if you're pre-40, you probably don't give a shit about that, but it's definitely something to keep in mind, especially if you have like your family, like your parents maybe living with you, and that stuff's gonna go up and down the stairs. Nevertheless, if you wanna reframe having a washer and dryer on the bottom floor in your garage, you can look at it as forced exercise every week when you go to do your laundry. This complex that we're in is known as Escala. It's actually one of my favorite complexes here in Mission Valley. It's away from all the hype and the high price point of Sevita, and it's like right down the way from a Trader Joe's and a Costco, which is just like a regular weekly visit for most people. And now Escala is a dense complex situation. So you have these runs of 6 units back to back, and then across the way is another 6 units. And right between them is kind of like an alleyway where you can access all the garages to every unit. And all the units come with 2-car garages. In addition, this complex comes with tons of foliage. And I'm gonna show you in a second what it looks like from the patio. But as you walk around, it's just a very, very peaceful place. If you have dogs, great complex to be in to walk your dogs in. So this is gonna be your living room space. It's pretty tight fit. I would put the TV up there, but what I do like is that you have this giant 8-foot by 8-foot sliding glass door. So you just get tons of natural light in here, and the patio's out there. And I'm gonna show you that in just a second. But it just really has a simple layout, and right from here, it's dining, then kitchen. You know what? This is probably the biggest couch you would want to put in here. You might be able to do something slightly wider, but I don't think that this space facilitates to a sectional. Instead of doing this here, a coffee table, you could do an ottoman and one that actually folds up where you can put blankets in there and then also rest your legs on. That would be a good option for this area, especially if you have the TV up there and you want to like sit back at night, put your legs up and watch TV or watch the sports after a long day of work. Now, in addition to this 8-foot sliding glass door, you also have a 10-foot ceiling, which definitely helps to expand the space a little bit more and not make it seem so claustrophobic. One of the trade-offs when it comes to 3-story properties is that you give up a little bit of the livable square footage, the livable space, to the stairways. You can lose anywhere from like 50 to 150 square feet just in the staircases. Now, if you compared a 1,200 to 1,300 square foot 2-story, a 1-story home to a 3-story home, you would feel the 3-story be a little bit more confining. The 10-foot ceilings definitely help with this. With lesser square footage, one of the conversations I always have with my clients is when they're ready to buy their second home is, can we keep the first one? So when it comes to square footage at this kind of level, sub 1,300 square feet, what that means is that it's gonna cost a lot less to do any modifications, repairs, or upgrades anytime you have a tenant turnover. This compared to a 15, 16, 18, 2,000 square foot home, this is gonna be a lot less paint, it's gonna be a lot less flooring, it's gonna be a lot less molding if you have to redo the molding. I would recommend putting a higher quality flooring in here, something that's gonna last a long time, especially if you plan to keep it to rent out to tenants. All right, now the kitchen is pretty OG and this is not upgraded stone countertops, cabinets, or appliances. These actually look like the original appliances because they're white, and you can even see the plastic is starting to yellow. The refrigerator is new though. The countertops look fantastic. The sink is in fair shape. It does have a little bit of wear, but the cabinets themselves are even good. So if you wanted to keep this kitchen just as is, it would be totally sufficient. But if you did want to do an upgrade, like a real good upgrade, here's a possible just way overhaul, right? I would probably keep the refrigerator right there. I would take this counter situation and I would extend it out to here, and I would run a half-size peninsula, maybe a peninsula to like right here, force all the traffic to that side, pull the peninsula out, and then use this as a space that people can eat at. But then you'd also have way more counter space, because to be honest, this counter space is pretty tight, okay? Like if my wife was cooking in here, she'd be losing it because she wouldn't have enough places to put anything. Now, when you do that, so you could put a larger sink in here, upgrade your faucets and such, and really just bring in a different aesthetic and also use for the space. Now, in the process of doing that kitchen overhaul, right, and we're gonna extend this counter out this way and kind of do a peninsula, we would end up getting rid of this dining space. And to be honest, with the size of this floor, this middle floor, it just isn't much room for one to be, I guess, just to make sense, right? But I do have a solution when it comes to the dining space. Just give me 1 second, I'll get to it, I promise. In addition, that chandelier right there, I would definitely swap that out. That is OG, original to the 10th degree, like I've never seen before. I would do something a little bit more modern, probably something with like a round linen finish rather than metallic. It'll soften the entire area and everything else when it comes to the furniture that you put into the space. Now, if you're gonna do a kitchen overhaul like I'm suggesting, you're gonna wanna upgrade your appliances. So I would go with a stainless steel microwave and a stainless steel stove as well. And while I'm at it, I would just replace the dishwasher and make that stainless steel. Everything would then be matching this really nice upgraded refrigerator. All right, this is bedroom 1 on level 2, the first of 3 bedrooms. I think they made the right decision to stage this as an office. It does have 2 doors that allow entry into the space. It has its own closet. It's a very narrow closet, but it is a little bit deeper. It's not a full closet that you would find in a bedroom. And this room is pretty small. You know, you figure this table is probably 3 feet and there's maybe another 2.5 feet on each side. So you could get a twin in here, but I would wonder if the radius of these swinging doors would actually hit the end of the bed. If you tuck the twin against those walls there, then that might be able to work. And then you could put like a little dresser here or something if you have someone that's here regularly, or if you just wanted a guest room for people who can't drive home at night or can't afford an Uber. Regardless, this room being on the second floor and the two larger bedrooms being on the third floor, like the 2 bedrooms upstairs, that's the reason I think that this would make as such a great office space. If someone used this as a private bedroom, I think that there would be a little bit of a lacking sense of privacy, being the fact that this bedroom is immediately accessible to the entire second floor, which is where if anyone's over, you're gonna socialize. If you're trying to sleep, that might be messing up things. All right, real quick, something I wanna point out. I'm on the 3rd floor and there is a lot of space up here. They have some small canvases there. And there is a video I saw on TikTok, and I'm gonna try to link it either in the description or below, or maybe just put like a little picture of it right here, where a gal talks about how to measure walls to fit the appropriate size picture. And I see that you can do something, because this is just a really tall hallway, I see you can do a lot of stuff to here. So you could put something like right there, you could put something on either side of the window here, or you can even put something like right there. All right, now this is close to the same size as the room downstairs, but it's slightly larger. And the big plus is that there isn't 2 doors right there that swing open. So you could put a bed here if you wanted. You could even put a bed against this wall if you wanted, and you'll still have a little bit of room around. The big plus is you have much larger closet here, and you have your own private bath with a sink separate from the actual toilet and shower. But pretty simple bedroom. I do like that they have the entire house wrapped with the same flooring with the exception of the kitchen and the bathrooms. Now, this is a good sized primary bedroom. You got a really good sized window here. And one of the things that's different from this window versus the window from the bedroom we just came into, that window in the bedroom there looks directly into someone else's window. So you lose a little bit of privacy unless you have those shades shut, unless that's part of your business plan for your OnlyFans, that's fine too. The fact of the matter, it's more privacy than what you had over there. Very good sized bedroom overall. This is a queen size bed, so you can definitely do the king. I also like how they have this cutout right here to just tell you exactly where you should be putting the bed. From the end of the bed to the wall there's plenty of space. There is even a cable hookup so you can wall mount a TV there. Even with a king size bed, you would still have room to put a nightstand on each side. And if you chose not to go the route of a wall mounted TV, you definitely have room to put a dresser right there, or you can tuck a dresser into this corner. Oftentimes I'll see individual separate mirrors with each sink, and it's a cool look, but it's just not very pragmatic because they're so tiny. I also like that each side, each sink has their own medicine cabinet. So if it was me, I can tell my wife, hey, keep your junk over there. I'm gonna keep my junk in here. Now, if you wanted, there is room to upgrade the countertops and the vanity here, but it's really in good shape. I don't know that it's necessary to replace these unless you wanted a completely different look throughout the entire house. Otherwise, I would just keep it as it is. Immediately across the sink is the walk-in closet, and I'm gonna use walk-in very loosely here. Can you walk in there? Yes, you can. Are you gonna have that much space to walk around? Absolutely not. But it is a good sized closet. I do like that they did a bifold door here so that it gets rid of the swing of a full door, and this is probably only a 28-inch opening. So imagine 28 inches swinging out as a regular hinge door. That would wreck this area of pass-through. All right, now I'm in the outdoor patio space that comes on the second floor here, right outside the living room. You might hear some work happening in the background. That is the maintenance that comes with the grounds and part of your HOA. So you don't have to do any of that work. That's what your HOA pays for, along with a number of other amazing things that make this such a good idea for first-time buyers. You don't have to worry about replacing your roof. You don't have to worry about termite maintenance. You don't have to worry about grounds maintenance. Anything from your studs out is the responsibility of the HOA. In this area, this is where I would put an extended dining space. Think of Hawaii, where a lot of the homes have an outdoor living space. So people eat outside a lot under a roof overhang or something like that. So they stay out of the sun, but they have a dinner table outside because it's just nice all the time. I would look at putting a medium-sized table out here, and it would be square so that it fits only 4 people. And in addition, I would put, I'm sure you've seen them as you've driven through neighborhoods, they have the larger size bold patio light. You see them also at a lot of restaurants. I would hang those from above in this pergola that you have over your patio. Now for those days when it gets really, really hot, you can even put a screen from the pergola and hang that down and maybe even attach it to this wall so that it creates like a little bit of a diffuser from the sun if it's just beating down on this area. I would really look at this space as an opportunity to dress it up and put a little bit more use into the space. I would dress it up with more plants. Oh, actually a really good idea that I just came up with is a staghorn. A staghorn is an exterior plant that you can hang on the wall. It uses very little soil and you just have to spray it with like a water bottle. You could put that on one of these walls here and add a really, really pretty piece of foliage that requires minimal maintenance. And if you have the diffuser here, that would help to protect it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this style of tour. It's a little bit of a mix up from what I typically do. Now, if you did like this style of tour and you want to see more like this, drop a comment below and let me know. If you prefer for me just to stick to the higher price point ones that just look absolutely amazing, I'm happy to do that. Now, if you haven't liked this video yet, please drop a like now. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and do that now as well. Now, if you're interested in taking a private tour of this home, reach out to me directly. And if you're thinking of selling or buying anywhere in San Diego, don't hesitate to reach out. As always, I'm Karl, your San Diego realtor. I'll see you in the next video.